welcome back to the programme. Gosh, yeah, I've upset so many people in my life, it's terrible. Now, London ULEZ zone is estimated to make TfL over £300 million this year. And quite frankly, I think Sadiq Khan is an embarrassment. I think I've invited him on the show many times. He just doesn't reply. Now, I'm joined by a gentleman who may look a bit strange. I think he has some sort of eating disorder.
It's not a gentleman, it's a dinosaur.
Yeah. Do we mention his name or not?
Godzilla.
We can mention your name? Yeah, okay. This is Paul Sullivan, believe it or not. You can see that.
That's his gas you can hear.
Can you turn your fan off?
No, that's his gas, that's his air, that's his air.
Oh, that's your fan,
is it? It keeps it, erected.
This is not going to be a long interview, I can tell you. ULEZ activists call themselves the Blade Runners, slashing their tyres, spray painting cameras and smashing windows. Whose tyres are you actually...
That's nothing to do with me.
He's not violent, he doesn't create any criminal damage.
Hang on,
He's
again,
legal.
Who is the silly pillock who put on this... They don't slash tyres.
You're libelling Godzilla. The group does, yeah. He's not part of the group.
The group do, but who's the... No, those are the people who don't want... Well, he's an idiot.
They're illegal.
So,
he does it legally. He does it all legally.
Right, I know. But it says here they slash tyres, and that's not on.
That's the
Or
others.
they'll be going. Right, Paul, you don't do that sort of thing. Just tell us what you decided to become, and that I'm afraid that fan is him because he's beginning to pass out in the costume.
Yeah, no, I mean, it started for me as a spare of the moment thing, and I blocked a van, a mobile camera van with a tipper truck.
Yeah.
And after sort of blocking it with I noticed that the camera was about 8 feet off the ground.
Yeah.
I saw a video on TikTok of dinosaur suits like this. I thought that's brilliant. It's a perfect height. Anyway, next day, got one. Van pulled up locally again. Got out in front of it, the dinosaur, and it was blocked.
You could have just got a placard.
Were you driving a van dressed in that?
No.
It would have to be a convertible, wouldn't it, if you wore that?
We haven't done that yet.
Have you been accused of vandalism? I mean, are you breaking these cameras, smashing them?
No, not me personally. No. I mean, there are a group, obviously.
But you're not part of that group.
I'm not part of that.
Okay,
no. Everything I've done.
So all you do
legally.
is you stand in front of them.
Yep.
And block the camera, and then people get past without having to pay it.
Absolutely, yeah.
And what do they do? Do they move on then, or do they get annoyed, or do they laugh?
Do they send the police?
Yeah, so there's been lots of... Obviously, he's had masked... a lot of the security have been masked, and a lot of them have been genuinely nice guys.
Yeah.
Some of them have been really violent thugs, though. The majority have been like that. There's been a lot of altercations. There's been some violent outbreaks.
And they try and make up laws, don't they? Oh, you're not allowed to do this.
Yeah, they seem to be a law to themselves. I mean...
Are these the security for who? For
the ULEZ van people.
Yeah, they're basically... They're contracted...
to do what? To go out and park their van,
protect the asset. So basically, just to protect the camera.
But a car follows them with security often, doesn't it? So there's a second car.
Yeah.
It's very sinister.
A lot of these security organisations need looking at and regulating. Let's just have a little look at you in action.
I feel like my free time is best spent blocking that camera so that a low-income family or somebody with a disability or an elderly person in family they need to get to help. If I can save them £12.50 a day, then I can go to sleep happy, and I won't stop until this scheme is scrapped.
It's beautiful, man.
So you're doing a brilliant job to help
Public
save
service.
money. What you're doing is drawing attention to something people really feel that they have been. Of course, they'll be able to at the next elections be able to vote on it. But in the meantime, you're drawing attention to it. Absolutely. You're not committing any vandalism.
No, initially, you could get a bunch of people standing there with placards. You're never going to remember that, but I don't know. When I saw,
as soon as he said we got him on, I'd already seen you, so you remember it. Yeah.
So the thing is, as soon as people feel they're not getting listened to, then they do extreme things, and then sometimes they get listened to. And I'm glad that yours is a peaceful extreme
fun spin on something.
Satire is a good way of making them look stupid,
absolutely,
isn't it?
yeah.
But it's a tax on the poor, isn't it? And this is a Labour mayor who's taxing poor people who can't afford new cars, basically.
Yeah. Well, the cost of living crisis still, and you've got households that are low income. They've got whatever reasons. And you know, I'm from Bexley, which is south of the river.
I know it well.
Our public service transports and stuff out there, it's not as great as it is.
You might have a cancer appointment. There's grandparents who go see the kid every day. They can't go because it's £12. Are you a hero in your area now? Because of all
a lot of people, I've got a lot of people around me. I mean, I don't really consider myself to be a hero of sorts. Because morally, what I'm doing
is wrong.
He's right.
Well,
what I'm doing is right. What he's doing is wrong. Yeah. I mean, you know, if your car is passes an MOT, your emissions legally satisfy. Driving to London, let's tax you on NOx tax. Air in London has been as clean as it has ever been since the 70s.
Apart from when you're on the tube, when it's highly hazardous, and he doesn't mention that.
100%, yeah.
Well, listen, I'm not sure whether we can congratulate you. That might be going over some
Well, no, it's a non-violent protest.
No,
I support you.
But I think that it is time for those cameras to be voted upon, and they will in the next mayoral election. It's not just in London; it's all over the country.
It's coming. It's already in Birmingham and Glasgow.
100%, yeah. I mean,
what you're doing is putting working people off going to work, because a lot of people cannot get a train. They're on bloody strike the whole time, and there's no other way to get in. Now, I couldn't get anywhere without a taxi or without because I'm not allowed to drive, and I don't walk terribly well anymore, except when somebody annoys me, I have to go around the desk. But I actually think the public need to be listened to, and politicians of all parties seem to be a bit thick and stupid.
They just ignore us, don't they, and they get away with it.
It's not the politicians. I have now learned, apparently, that most of the civil servants take the decisions. And I want
the politicians have let them get away with it.
Yeah, you're right. It's the politicians' fault as well. Civil servants who are working for well-known politicians should be publicly known. They're not. They
Priti
hide
Patel
away.
tried, and look what happened to her. They didn't back her up, the politicians.
They hid away. Civil servants are a nuisance because they are not accountable.
They're not working as well.
And they have to be in the future.
A lot of them don't understand what it's like to live and work as a working class person. You know, if you said to them, go and live in a London borough and earn 30 grand a year, they'd have a different outlook on life.
It's all groupthink. They all have to think the same, or they're out, basically.
Yeah, well, I mean, back to this, I mean, we've got to get Khan out. He's got to go.
Well, that's for people to decide themselves, not for us to say. That's for people to decide.
Just look at the facts and, you know.
Yeah. Well, listen, thank you for what you're doing.
Do you know, I think it's not actually... There's a man in there. It's not a real dinosaur. I can see a man.
Did you not know that?
I know it is a real dinosaur.
Oh, yeah, you didn't.
Growled.
You didn't realise that. It is. But thank you very much indeed for coming in, Paul, and we wish you that you don't get locked up for doing this. But if anything happens, get in touch with our producers, let us know, and we can we come and do an interview with you in prison or whatever.